Yeah, we gon' vote for him. Yeah, we gon' vote Chupi, yeah. And we gon' vote for him, yeah. All the hard work he has done for us, a true leader for the people. Always fighting for our rights, and all the passing up so much love. Kept government up for 4 years strong, something that wasn't done for so long. Rolando Bryson's the new way up, and we are sure that he'll hold us down. Now is our time, cause we're still going up. Rolando Bryson representing we, is standing up for this country. So that's why we gon' vote UP. Now is our time, cause we're still going up. Rolando Bryson representing we, is standing up for this country. I know we going up, yeah, cause we the top. Rolando Bryson's the new way up. If you be party for us, yeah, we going up, yeah, cause we the top. Rolando Bryson's the new way up. If you be party for us, if you be party.
St. Martin, we probably go far, and we know, search for a sign of a change, a chino. You know it got days when you feel like a zero. I woke up this morning, but felt like Mark Mingo. Tomorrow be a better day. Respect is the key, education gon' matter, so don't you try to run away. St. Martin, the place where the food is good, the people is good, the music is good. We living like we on a road. You're trying to take us down, but I'm thinking cause they really don't. Misunderstood. Oh Lord, help us protect ourselves, help us look in ourselves. We're searching for what they call the fire that's in ourselves. I just want to see the best from my motherland. I just want the whole world here to understand that we came from the bottom of the sewer, now we heading way up, high up unto Wonderland. Opportunity is yours, so make it happen. Take an action.
Carl & Sons has delicious food to fit your lifestyle and go easy on your pockets. Carl & Sons, your #1 spot for breads, pastries, cakes, sandwiches, breakfast, and lunch. Check out Carl & Sons today on Pondville and in Coal Bay.
Vote for the green, vote Akeem. Vote for the green, vote Akeem. Vote for the green, vote Akeem.
People has been a part of me and voted on my lead. A man of action and integrity, yes. Number 2, I united people poverty.
And this is something that we look forward to do.
At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
It was the day before elections in the Caribbean Isle. No one was stirring, tired from the political style. Posters adorned streets and cars, flags flapped in the breeze. Oh, the joyous relief, it was time for some ease. The voters, worn out from radio shows and a debate, ready for a verdict, their fate to dictate. Under the tree they were bantering, I was rolling my eyes, another round of promises, oh what a surprise. When all through the islands there came a strange hush, did another seat change, did someone make a fuss? Turned to the Facebook, I dashed in a hurry, to witness the outcome, find Andrew's page no need to worry. The count coming and slowing like waves in the night, a break from the chaos, finally, what a sight. The results were incoming, no time to delay, and I cheered half-heartedly. Hooray, I say. Now in DP, URSM, UP and NA. Please take your stance. ECE and PFP, and USP, let's have a dance. To the end of the ads, the end of this campaign spree, no more empty promises, no more speeches, we're finally free. Like leaves on the wind, the leaders emerged, to navigate governance, all problems submerged. They sprang to their duties, or so they did claim, with plans and intentions, they seem all the same. No snow and no chimneys, in this tropical place, just leaders jostling, their vision to embrace. They started their work, with a grin that's quite bright, happy voting to all, and to all a good night.
Thank you, AI, for the wonderful poem. It was the night before elections. Yes, election eve. Special edition of the late night, of course. Dr. Anders Garcia Arenal of the URSM has decided to give us a trip down memory lane as far as the Mary Fancy property is concerned. And she, with the details, to get our very own Pete. Take it away.
We are here in Mary's Fancy Plantation. A beautiful structure, beautiful location, with a lot of history for the people of St. Martin. We are now in 2024. It's sad. It's sad that this very cultural and historical project is in the state that it is. Just recently, this structure was ravaged by fire. Mary's Fancy Plantation is near and dear to my heart because very few people know that when I came back to St. Martin after studying in the Netherlands, and I started to work for the island government of the island territory at the time of St. Martin. And there was an ad in the papers from the then Public Works, now it is referred to as VOMI, from the then Public Works Department, that Mary's Fancy was going to be sold. And that particular day, in 1993, was the last day for anyone who had objections to object against the sale of this beautiful historical property. Little did I know or realize at the time that that signature drive that I did on the spur of the moment, on that morning, when I saw that notice in the newspaper, I drafted a letter, went around to different colleagues and other persons who wanted to sign, and that objection letter was submitted to the Public Works Department. Anyone could go and verify that. That letter saved this part of the property of Mary's Fancy Plantation. Further in this interview, you will see the location that was sold, that we were not able to salvage with that signature drive. You know, life and history are always intertwined. Had I not looked at the newspaper that morning and saw that that was the last day to submit that objection, God knows what this last piece of green cultural history where our ancestors worked would have been gone. 2024, this is where we're at. But we need to change it, and it will change. My vision and my slogan is Make St. Martin Beautiful Again. Our cultural history and heritage is very near and dear to me. If we as a people don't care for whatever's left of nature and of historical heritage to our island, then what are we doing for the next generation of St. Martiners? APS, our pension fund, is now the owner of this property. I should say the people of St. Martin are now the owner of this property, because since it's the pension fund, it is our pension, my pension, your pension, that made it possible for this institution to purchase this location.
Yes, it don't hold back.
I don't know what the ultimate or final destination is of this property. I have not seen the plans.
I got a plan.
However, I have always wanted or hoped that some of our government institutions, for example, like the governor's office, would be located here, or the cultural office, cultural department, could be located here. It could be a combination of things: the library, the governor's mansion, and the cultural office. The space is big enough. There are other countries who do it. Intertwine nature with governmental functions, but in a good way. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, but what we have to do is put our action towards our passion and make this country beautiful again. This cannot continue like this. So I do hope that the owners, the current owners, which is the APS, the pension funds, will, keep a hearing for my part. Keep a hearing with the residents of this area. Keep a hearing with the people of St. Martin, because this is our property. And let us together find the best possible solution for Mary's Fancy Plantation. It took one action from one person on that morning who had the presence of mind and the love for this country in 1993, if my memory serves me right. 1993, when that ad came out, objection letter by the Public Works Department. One action saved this part. Compare that, I hope you get a chance to see that, the other part, to the part that we could not save, that was already sold. And then just imagine how this entire neighborhood would have looked like. There's a God, and he works in mysterious ways, and his steps are purposeful, and whatever ordained me, whatever made me open that newspaper on that morning, set the stage for what we see here today, that is still preserved in this natural habitat. So, St. Martin is a tourism destination. Okay. Here, look at this property. This is invaluable, both for the visitors as well as for the residents. This property could be an added value to our tourism product. This is what people want to see. What's your history? What happened? Where is the country going forward? We can do that. We can do this. I'm looking forward to seeing and working with whoever is in charge, in this case, APS, but there might be other stakeholders in the next couple of years to be here again, but with a bigger smile on my face to see, yes, we can, and yes, we did it. Yes, we made St. Martin beautiful again. Now, over the last couple of months, as you could see, I'm running for office. I'm candidate number 6, on list number 6, the URSM party. And I'm running for a reason. St. Martin deserves help. St. Martin deserves persons in office who understands government, who understands parliament, and who understands what it takes to change the direction of this small island nation called St. Martin. I know we all love St. Martin. I do for sure. And my way of bringing forth the issues that are important not only to me, but also to the people of St. Martin, was going to the different locations that have been neglected over the past 5, 10, and even longer years, as is in this case, Mary's Fancy Plantation. So I could have easily sat in a nice air-conditioned room and talk about the issues, but I wanted the people of St. Martin to see this is the reality. This is where we live. Emilia Wilson Estate is just across the street. And a lot of work and effort went into preserving that part of the property. The kids, they play soccer. My nephew plays soccer across the street. Let's make the entire neighborhood beautiful. The entire neighborhood of Saunders, St. Peter's, Mary's Fancy. Let's do this together. St. Martin is small. St. Martin was beautiful, and that's why my aim, my objective is to make St. Martin beautiful again. Can only do it with your help. We spoke about the ring road, the conditions of the ring road. We spoke about the zoo in Sucker Garden. We spoke about Phillipsburg, the condition of Phillipsburg as well. You know, it's a rundown situation. Rundown. I have pride because that is what I've been taught. Those values. Clean up your property, be hospitable, and make St. Martin beautiful again. So, in summarizing the issues that I brought forward, leading up to the new parliamentary elections, I really hope that people take the time and look through the lenses of this camera that I brought you to see the conditions of Mary's Fancy Plantation. And that the stakeholders and the owners, the persons who now own Mary's Fancy, and we own Mary's Fancy because it's our pension money that has been invested in purchasing this property, then we should be able to see the fruits of that purchase. 2024 has to be better than before. Thank you. Yeah, well, this is it. This is another part of the structure that survived decades, centuries. A lot of history in this place. A lot of history that can be restored and shared with the new generation of St. Martiners. They don't know this place. Everybody just drives straight, go to St. Peter's and Saunders and reward. I'm happy that someone took the initiative to purchase it. And in this case, the institution of the APS. I'm very pleased about that. As I said, I'm looking forward to seeing the plans and looking to see the end results of this beautiful property, Mary's Fancy Plantation. A lot of history. Yes. Not lost. Once this property of Mary's Fancy Plantation is restored, and part of the historical walls that could be salvaged are in place, this entire neighborhood is going to be uplifted and will profit from the restoration of Mary's Fancy Plantation. I look forward to it, and I'm sure you too as well. Let's make St. Martin beautiful again. Look at that. This is the part that we missed. This is a part that has been commercialized. And this side could have been the same thing. But thank God. Thank God.
Praise God.
For action and being alert that we saved this part to the people of St. Martin. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. I truly hope that in the restructuring of this beautiful property, that we also work with the new owners of this part that we lost, that was sold. We must work together with them to clean up this entire area. That's why when I started my campaign with Make St. Martin Beautiful Again, these were some of the structures and the locations that hurt my head and hurt my heart, that we let St. Martin run down in this way. So,
I'm gonna need a help from you guys.
as we come to the end of my presentation with regards to very important locations that are iconic for St. Martin, and it's the beginning of a new year, beginning of a new government and a new parliament, I humbly ask the people of St. Martin to consider the change for the better of our country. I'm your candidate number 6 on slate number 6, the URSM party, who's ready to serve you, the people of St. Martin, once more. With your help, with your power, and my knowledge, St. Martin will recover. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless St. Martin and its people. Thank you.
People success.
Of course, as the election cycle comes to an end, the final meetings, what you've missed, here are your highlights of the different political candidates, the one to look out for, and of course, good luck to all politicians for elections 2024, January the 11th. Right here on St. Martin is not a real place, St. Martin. Let's get into it.
It's time to promote, so come out and vote. We not waste no time, we not make no joke. We voted for you, RSM, Julian Rolex Jr. Candidate number 9, hard time but he come to shine. Rafita is a woman of integrity, and she believes in what is best for the country. If any issue, she will do it carefully. Rafita is who we need, experience guaranteed. Rafita, 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 already. Rafita, 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 number 6. Oh, you wanna say? It's time to raise the bar, let's take it to the top. It's time to choose qualified people to rep for ya. From the prisoner still senior, she's right here for ya. Can't forget the education, it's time for better. She's ready and she's focused to get the job done. SXM, the time is now, let us all vote for change. Shamira is the candidate to represent for us. She's gonna represent us locally and even to the Dutch.
St. Martin. You see the strength he have? We need that. You see that little melee? They go keep that. Still voting NA, brother. We need to vote to run back in office. Why? It's hard for we, it's plain to see. We need to vote to run back in office. Why? They can't deny he leads with pride. And I don't mean to be boasty, but we're not walking for way. Together as one, we can get the job done. We're not walking for way. Number 2 and anybody, for sure we solid with heat.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown.
Yo! Be the first.
Yo, happy to be here actually now with my man, my number 2, our deputy leader, and as you can see how good it works. When the leader is running a little late or isn't available, I got the deputy leader step up like nothing may happen.
We're talking today, we got to get straight to the point. We're talking about achievement. You said you're the hardest working MP. Record shows that you have done a lot of things. Minister Otley, his name has been all through the whole tenure of his ministerial position. Minister Otley even held 2 positions. What are you proud of, MP?
I'm proud that for the first time, the UP party and our ability to govern is a reflection of what our political system really is. Yeah. You see, yes, it is a parliamentary election. I heard you as a minister. Yes, it's a parliamentary election, but the parliament isn't just going to go in an election and not appoint any ministers. The party is going to appoint ministers because we have a dualistic system. Correct. What you've had in the past is sometimes you have where you have a strong parliament and a weak government, or a strong government and a weak parliament. With the United People's Party, we have an extremely strong parliamentarian and you have an extremely strong minister.
How important is that?
That is so crucial because you cover both sides. You cover the execution and you cover the representation.
Correct.
You see, if I am a great representative, as much as the many laws that I've brought and so on, ultimately, we need the minister to execute. You understand? When I bring a budget amendment to say, Minister, if we're going to, for example, start on the legalization of cannabis, he needs resources for that. That resource comes from the budget that is approved by who? The Parliament of St. Martin, who brings the amendment to make those funds available. And when I notice, Minister, I see you doing some stuff. Remember, we had that discussion where in the Ministry of VSR, the Ministry of VSR is such a broad ministry where you can do things within the communities, fix basketball courts, fix community centers. But who is able to now make sure that he has the funds he needs to execute that? That's where it's a real teamwork. When you really want to talk about being one, the most important thing is not being one just within the party. It's important being one, a parliament and a government, a parliamentarian and a minister being on the same page that this is what we're going to do for the country, because one can't do without the other.
But you only highlighted, though, you have 2 ministers.
Yes.
But we have never heard you talk about me. I've never heard you talk about your other minister.
Yes.
What's happening in that ministry?
No, I've spoken many times about Minister Lambrix because I see Minister Lambrix as, you know, we're here for an election. He's not running on a list. And you know, sometimes they have this thing in Holland they call Zach and Cabinet, where you put a business minister. Yeah. Minister Lambrix has over 20 years experience in the tourism industry. we knew with the screening process and so on, we would probably only be able to appoint a minister for 9 or 10 months or so. And I said, if we are going to be appointing a minister, we should appoint someone that can allow, let's say, me and Minister Otley to be here, and now he's in the government building working right down to election day for the people, based on the mandate of the United People's Party, the things that we want to see. Focus especially on tourism, improving the economy, getting things going, getting airlines back. Now we have, actually yesterday was a great start to the season where we had 5 ships here. We have the largest ship in Royal Caribbean's fleet, and actually the largest in the world, coming on February, I think, the 7th. These are ships that we were able to attract because we have a minister that has worked within that cruise industry for a long time. But it's about having an apolitical person that really just sees it as the 9-to-5 job, which allows us to be able to now tell the people our continued accomplishments as a party.
Yeah. Minister, working along with what the MP is saying, could you call to MP?
Definitely, because what happened is we believe in a system where, and Peter Mada, Leonard and I speak on it, we call it the pitch. You want to be afraid to consult and say, okay, well, I don't want you to get a shine. That's where things get stagnant.
Yeah.
You know?
MP, where and what are you hearing what you didn't do, what you did wrong as an MP? Or where could you improve?
That's an interesting question, because what you have in St. Martin, I call it whataboutism. And that's like
whataboutism.
Yeah, whataboutism is, okay, you bring a bank law that everybody has been needing for over 30 years in our country, but what about this?
Yeah.
So it's a natural tendency where sometimes people may ignore the huge accomplishment of a particular law I bring and then point out, yeah, but what about the taxes? What about the roads? What about? And I can understand that, because when you've had a country for so long that never had a stable government for 4 years, that has never been to consistently achieve, you always have other concerns that still haven't been addressed. There's many things that I would have wanted to finish that I haven't been able to finish as yet. There's some tax reforms that I have which are still going through the process, where, for example, one of the laws I wrote is to have every person that graduates from St. Martin, you go abroad, you study, when you return, you don't pay wage tax. You're exempted from that. So your money, if you suppose when you get a job offer for 7,000 guilders, that 7,000 guilders basically goes in your pocket rather than the government taking 3,000 guilders. I, as a government, shouldn't be interested in making money off of my students that return in. I should be interested in getting them back here. The value is in them returning home.
Is this a long-term tax break or just short-term tax break?
It's for up to 5 years after you graduate. Okay. You would be able to get that, which allows you time to build, and then the wage tax rescales. So then it goes back gradually, so that the idea is within that time frame, you got some time to build yourself, you got some time to make some savings, and then eventually you hopefully move up within the society, and then you're able to now start to contribute to your taxes. But the idea is we need to give that incentive for people to come home, and there's many of those type of, especially the tax reform laws, like the minister said, there's certain laws that require the vetting of government, like the bank law. I drafted that since January 2022. It took over a year and a half for all the banks, the SER, the central bank, everybody to finally vet it so that we could handle it in Parliament last week. Yeah. So there is so much in the pipeline, but what's important is a lot of people would say, well, what's my plans for this election and so on? The difference is when I said I was going to address things, I didn't just speak it, I handled it in Parliament. I brought the laws to show that I address it.
Today in St. Martin, in Phillipsburg, everybody has the right to a bank account.
No, not yet. Not yet. It still has what they call the ratification process, where you have to
stop it now?
No, at this point, once this becomes a ratified law, so the law actually now has been published, and then there's a time frame for the banks to be able to update their policies and so on. But basically what happens once that law is in effect, one thing with the banks, I don't think they're going to take the risk in breaking the law. They understand the liability to them as a banking institution that, hey, this is now a law. As a matter of fact, some of them tell me, Rolando, we implement these things because we're worried about our correspondent bank saying, oh, we just letting any and everybody do it. But if we have a law that says I have to do it, I'm going to tell my corresponding bank, listen, this is the laws of my country. You want me to break the law in order to continue corresponding banking with you? And the corresponding banks won't have that issue. They just want to see it legislated.
But that's what you just said, Joe. Isn't that a dangerous precedent if the correspondent bank that finances the local bank somewhat somehow decide not to work within them? And I'm talking banking in the United States.
Yeah.
We know United States run the world. We're banking is
of course.
What if they say that they don't want to work with our local banks anymore? What happens then?
If that was to happen, it would happen not for that reason. The main concern of the corresponding banks is St. Martin's ability to make sure that we prevent money laundering and especially financing of terrorism. Yeah. In that sense, in the latter sense, St. Martin is not high risk. St. Martin is not seen as a place that people can come, open accounts to try to finance terrorism. We're not a country that has like a military, a military complex. We're not geographically located in a way where it's high risk to the United States of America. Remember, most of these things were established primarily because of counterterrorism. And money laundering was seen as a way to finance terrorism. St. Martin has never been seen as a country that in any regard. As a matter of fact, most of the Caribbean, I remember I wrote one of the papers I read is that in Grenada was the one time where a country was being flagged as being involved in terrorism, and that's when the U.S. even entered back in the 70s and did all of that. So the corresponding banks just really want us to abide by the law. Whether it's our local laws or international laws, their risk is, St. Martin's very small. Y'all just abide by the laws and be good.
Yeah. St. Martin! St. Martin! The up party rich. A man that withstand the test of time will last forever. I'm going to preach to you today. Did enough campaigning. So a man that withstand the test of time, because one thing that is undefeated is time. No matter how good you are, no matter who you are, one thing that will defeat you is time. St. Martin, I have been through the ringer. They have tried to discriminate me. They tried to bring me down. They tried to stop me. And look at this today. Tell them, come again. You see, I was made for this. The passion that I have for the people. My whole life, everything I do, they say, where he going? What he trying? I went to Carnival, they say, where he going? And I won the very next year. I came in politics to say where he going. I did 420 votes to say where he got it from. I became the minister to say where he going. I did things that they never seen in their life, and today they call me the minister of everything. You see, I know where I came from, and oh, how bad people want to pull me back. You want to pull me back. You thought, and you thought that you would pull me back. You try and you push the buttons, and you talk about my father, you talk about me, you talk about my fiance, you talk about everything, and guess what? I didn't give you that reaction. But oh my God, you need to pray and thank God for politics. Because if I was a different man, trust me, my son. St. Martin, the love that I see, the love that I receive, if a fraction of those people are for real, St. Martin, you are looking at your next Prime Minister. I will say it again. If a fraction of the love that I receive, St. Martin, the next time I run, you will be saying, Prime Minister Audley. So you know what I mean? To the rest parties, buckle up your socks. Because the United People Party is coming. We ain't coming for 1 week, coming for 2 weeks, coming for 3 weeks, coming for 8. St. Martin, we are a party. We are inclusive. We can care less what people have to say. If your heart is in St. Martin, You choose to be in St. Martin. You choose to live in St. Martin. You contribute in St. Martin. Then I have love and respect for you because you have contributed to the place that I love. You can't question my love for locals. You can't question the stuff that I did for locals, the SOS policies, the scholarships, and all of those things that I did for locals. You cannot question my love for this country because I could have stayed in the United States, but I am so happy I came back and I made a difference to my country, and a lot of people can't say that. So while you may talk about me not being born here, newsflash, Omar E.C. Otley was born to be here. So Martin, we'll keep it short and keep it sweet. On January 11th, hits up the, hits up the, hits up the. Vote if you're with me. This is it, yes. Let's get it right.
I am Omar E.C. Otley. I am your number 2 candidate on the United People's Party. And no matter what, no matter how they try, I will never leave, cause I can't leave my people. In good times, in bad times, we will go through it together. I can't leave, I can't leave, I can't leave, I can't leave. Everybody vote if you're with me. Let's show them that you're with me. Vote if you're with me. Let's show them that you're. This is the test. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Election night. Election night. We'll get it right. We'll get it right. Everybody vote if you're with me. Let's show them that you're with me. Vote if you're with me. Let's show them and we show off. Show off. Show off. Show off your tools.
Make way, the time is here, the vibe is here, giving the vibe is clear. Swalika, you got my attention, to inspire, to empower, and to build a nation. We will do for silly yourself, all I wanna say. Come on, we will do for silly yourself. She's the leader with the right vision. She lives with precision, with a passion to serve our nation. A woman of integrity, the best choice for you and me. This unity is our destiny. Sing with me. We will give us silly yourself. A woman of steel. She's pushing it across from me. We will give us silly yourself. Still your best choice, no doubt about that. Hey, a silly, a silly, a silly.
inclusion and community work, ensuring everybody has a voice. 21, Terrence Ray. We got the media that said we was against the media live. The media is with the National Alliance. 20, Melissa Molinas. Give a round of applause. 23 strong, pound for pound, businesswoman, entrepreneur. And we make sure everybody who wants to can own a business on St. Martin. 19, where is Leo? Leopold Merrick. The voice, the man with a vision for St. Martin. Joining all of us right here, not just on the stage, but in that government, in that parliament, come January 11th, 2024. We down to 18, Shamira Hernandez, Brenda Lookalike, the voice of tourism. We had a portfolio yet, but we got pound for pound, we could hold it. Let's go. 17, where are we? Louis, Horto, Ito, whichever one you want to call it, Dominica, Santo Domingo, but all St. Martin. Nada. We had none already. We down to what? 17, 16. 16! Meditate, my tall big girl, social worker for over 30 years. Now ready to do it at the next level. Powerful, but I ain't young yet. I was 16 now. 15! The DQ girl, correct girl, and girl. Community worker, psychologist, children and adolescents. So we know when the policy is made, it's properly made. We got next. 14. Dimitri. Powerful education. Powerful physical education and health coach, national coach, father, husband, son. That is what we need as representation. 13. How can we miss the longest standing serving person of the National Alliance? We got youth, and this man right here, he's defying age day. So you can't even keep up with him. You go on to judge, fight for that debt cancellation, and all laborers on St. Martin. And then we go to 12. Shamir, my firefighter, my man running into the fire. He is ready to run into the fire for you. He knows how to run his own business. He knows how to make mistakes, and he is ready to serve. 11. The agriculture, sports, and most loyal man we've ever seen in the National Alliance. And then he started off talking about he need a pen to vote number 10. But I have to remind him, when you go to the poll, there's only one thing you can use. And all right, pencil. But vote for York, my engineer, my entrepreneur, all about people of St. Martin. 9. Proven. The man from So what? Who hasn't made a mistake in their life? But who has left to fix it and come back strong and do for the people of St. Martin? Dima! And then we got the real advocate. The real advocate who works in Parliament, who puts in the work, who brings the legislation, makes the amendments, and that was before. Do it all before she gets in Parliament. And she leave for me. And then they go come up here and insult me, but only one minister can walk up. But that's okay. We is one. Anna doing it though. Right. The women And this is how we do it. Honor, dedication, and passion for her people is undisputed. So we definitely voted her back in. Then we down to 6. To get it fixed, vote for number. Engineers with fun, but with a passion for the elderly and the youth as well, and coming from strong National Alliance roots in the Pompier, Woods, Harley families. So we're looking out for all of you on January 11th and all these wonderful supporters out here. And then we're up to number 5, the National Sector Garden. Dr. Anders Samuel, educator, pushing to ensure digitalization in every school and every child has a chance. Then we go to 4. History of the legend that is William V. Marlin, the legend that handed over the reins of the leadership to this simple girl from Kobe. This simple girl who he saw grow up, who he saw had integrity, and on his way out, he left his legacy, and we're happy to welcome Claude Onde Marlin, who has been supporting and promoting, regardless of the fact that he was with his father, he supported the whole party all these years. So many of us can say thank you, Claude Marlin, because now he's also doing it for Claude and the National Alliance, and we are grateful. And we are grateful to you, William, for leaving that legacy. Then we up to, oh Lord, it's your birthday. They say our brothers, but without money we couldn't get it done. So bring up the best finance minister we have ever had. International, 20 years now. Now let it be. Minister Urian Ortland, Urian, talk about empowering a nation. It is through education and financial education at that. Empowering our businesses, ensuring that they can be sustainable, ensuring that they can continue to thrive. Because when our small businesses thrive, St. Martin is successful. And we are poised, my brothers, my sisters. I know it's late, but there is no way everybody will have their say, and the prime don't get her say. So thank you to the authorities to allow us to go a little bit later and to show you that we are one. What are we? We are one. And then I have my collaborative leadership looks like, people. This is not a dictatorship in the National Alliance. It is a collaboration. I seek advice from my deputy and my other deputies because they are all part of the decision-making process. That's the inclusion that you get with the National Alliance. This is leadership you can trust. This is leadership you can vote for with conviction because, yes, because we were flat on our backs. These opposition leaders who stood on a stage next to me and couldn't hold a candle to this leader because they have no clue what it takes to put us through the worst disaster that St. Martin has ever faced and come out shining like a rose. And now, today, in January of 2024, while we are poised for prosperity, all now are coming and jump on. No way! For stability, for prosperity. Who we voting for? For the leadership that can bring true collaboration, that we can hold up this flag and talk about true unity on St. Martin. Who you voting for? For that woman of state that is not afraid to go toe-to-toe with the likes of Raymond Knops, Mark Ritter, and any international leader they want to throw in my face. When I go on an international stage, they say, that small island produces this. And just like we proud of our St. Martin teams that go out to represent, and we proud of our queens that go out and represent, of the Kenyans and the Far East, and all the local talent that grace this stage tonight. That represent us anywhere in the world. I want you to take pride in the fact that you have real representation in Silveria E. Jacob, the Prime Minister of St. Martin. We want to talk about a lot of things, but let me see any of them. This country, from being over 130 million guilders in debt to being where we are today. So, Officer Brown is telling us we gotta stop, but I'm gonna tell you that at the end of this all, you know what to do. What do you have to do? Go and vote. Sure, it's going to be National Alliance, and we need strong leadership. So vote Silveria Jacob, vote the number one candidate, or any one of the 22 candidates in the National Alliance because we are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. We voted for National Alliance.
That does it for the late night show. Thank you so much for watching. Until Friday, we shall be back. Of course, special coverage of elections will be taking place on our Facebook page. So make sure that you stay tuned to our social media pages. Of course, the late night show with and click on YouTube, late night show on Facebook. And then, of course, your full election result breakdown on Friday. It's going to be a lengthy one, but it's going to be worth it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.